the events. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for Sylvester McCoy and the cast of The Hobbit. Let's hear it for him. What an honor to have you all here. What has it been like here in Birmingham, meeting all of your fans? Have you enjoyed the Comic-Con so far? We'll start with you, Adam.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. No, I've had a lovely time. It's been really nice today, getting to meet everybody and also getting to see these faces again. I haven't seen Sylvester
since I was a young man.
and yeah, it's been lovely.
Yeah, this is quite local for me. I grew up down the road in Leicester and went to school in Coventry, so met some friends from the past. But yeah, I've seen you. Haven't seen Graham for a long time. And
I don't think I've seen you since we finished the film.
That's deliberate though.
Hello.
On my part.
I wasn't beginning to wonder that, actually.
How long was it since we finished?
It's 13 years.
Oh, wow.
13 years, my God. I can't believe that, actually. But yeah, it's been 13 years since I've seen you. Yeah, you've been avoiding me.
The truth comes out. My goodness. Now, Sylvester McCoy, one of my personal favorites. Doesn't he look amazing? What a legend. My goodness. No stranger to Comic-Con. You're always so wonderful with your fans, but how have you been enjoying your time here this weekend?
Oh, it's great. I love coming to Birmingham because years ago I did a show called Tiswas, and it was made in Birmingham. Brummy, you know, I love it. I say love you. They used to say when I arrived. So I always like coming back to Birmingham. It's such good times in those days. And it's great to meet all these fans. The Hobbit ones as well. It's lovely. And Doctor Who, I think you might have heard of it. Yeah, I'm in that as well.
It has been discussed, yes. Doctor Who fans, where are you at? Come on. Amazing. Well, actually, Doctor Who is one of our most cosplayed shows and genres here. But as you can see, Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, there's so many cosplayers that take such meticulous time with their outfits and their costumes. What is it like to see someone cosplaying as your character?
I mean, it blows my mind. He's here in the armour. There he is. I always ask him if he's not too hot because it was very, very hot. But yeah, it's amazing. Well, the other thing that I'm always fascinated about as well, because like I think, there's the generations of people following the Middle Earth thing. It's going to die out, but then they're bringing their children, and then they're bringing their children, which is amazing. So yeah, it's great.
Someone comes up.
Yeah, I haven't seen an Ori today, possibly because it is the worst haircut in all of Middle Earth.
Yeah, it's a shocking haircut.
I mean, whoever thought that was a good idea, I have no idea.
It can become a trend, who knows?
Who knows? Everybody get out your bowl and cut round your children's hair. No, it's amazing, and the detail that goes into these costumes, and there's a bit of kind of notion that we respect the fact that you are also very hot. So we spent two years being...
2.5.
2.5 years being very, very hot and sweaty.
How much did your costume weigh?
Not as much as yours, perhaps.
No.
I think his costume was heavier than he was.
Yes.
I think we did weigh the costume at one point.
We did.
About 50 kilograms. We were just saying, like, if you could turn back the clock and do it again, I wouldn't be able to, my back wouldn't take it.
Yeah, I know. I think Stephen Hunter had the heaviest costume. I think with the big fat suit. It was very, very heavy. Poor chap. Although he could run fast. He beat us all at running. He did. It was amazing. Anyway, sorry, I digress. Yes, Karen.
Mr. McCoy, not only would you have people cosplaying you as various characters, but Doctor Who as well. What is it like to see someone in any of your characters in cosplay as you?
Well, it's rather flattering, really. It's really nice to see. Whenever they come with the question mark put over, I say, you remind me of somebody. We'll come to this. It's what I remember when the Hobbit first came out, and we used to go to Germany, because in Germany and Russia and Northern Europe, the Hobbit is very, very kind of popular, partly because a lot of the stories in The Hobbit are like from their folklores and all that kind of stuff. But we used to go to these conventions and 80% of the attendees were young women, and they were all dressed up as the dwarfs, and they all had beards. I used to love it, getting hugs from all these ladies with beards. It was great fun.
Yeah, they were really impressive.
They were, weren't they? And they were
The
amazing.
ones in Germany, I remember those, yeah.
Well, we're going to get to the fans in just a moment. Just one more quick question from me. You've all had amazing careers. I know I've spoken to you, Mr. McTavish, about being a fan of 24. I mean, you've all done amazing performances. But out of your careers altogether, is there anything that you've yet to do that's still on the list? Be it, trying directing, trying another aspect of the business or a role. Is there anything on your bucket list, career-wise, that you've not yet checked off?
God.
You'd like to play God?
No, I think you make a good God.
Me?
Yeah, good God, you would make a good
I'm
God.
good God, I'd make a good God. Yes, I'd be a stern God, the Old Testament kind of God.
Yes, you would.
Not the New Testament, that's just too soft.
Yes, that's very true, isn't it?
Yeah, but thank you, I'll take that.
Well,
God.
you can't
But
go
you'd
on.
be a good God.
Oh, good God, no. I want to be the devil.
Actually, with your beard, you could be the devil.
Yes, I know. I grew it to make myself look more intelligent. I mean, I need all the help I can get. But anyway, no, the devil I'd like to play. The devil always has the best stories.
Yeah, you'd be an interesting devil, actually.
Yes, indeed I would.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyone looking for a devil? No.
I think
Agent.
sci-fi is the only thing I've not really...
Oh, really?
I'd love to do some science fiction. Yeah. I don't know how, but just somewhere off-world, somewhere in outer space.
You do realise that will just be 150 days on a green screen, though.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be going to outer space.
That's true, you're not actually going to go to Mars, no. I hadn't thought that, yeah, I hadn't thought it through.
He's rethinking this now.
Yeah, they'll forget that. No, I'm not going to do it, no.
You can change your answer later, don't worry about it.
Yeah, maybe more Vikings.
Yes.
Vikings.
Yeah.
Sci-fi, yeah, the same. I've always liked to. I would love to have a crack at Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, but probably not as an actor. I'd quite like to write and produce it and have someone else do the hard work. But yeah, that kind of split personality story is the one that I'm fascinated with.
That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, I think I've yet to do my evil character. I always get put into the cute character, which I love doing. But yeah, perhaps something a bit more nasty.
Well, we did a whole fake documentary about you, didn't we, on The Hobbit? The real Adam Brown, where we portrayed him as a complete monster. A drug-fueled alcoholic living in his trailer.
This is what was the truth. This is what we did to kill some time on the set. We did our own little movie, a little YouTube, basically our own YouTube channel.
Yeah, we put a lot of resources into it. I think my favourite moment was when Andy Serkis broke down crying, pretending that he was being bullied by you constantly. Oh, what a performance. It's absolutely fantastic. You really feel for Andy in the moment. It's like, oh my God, I hadn't realised that Adam was so bad. We gave you tattoos, didn't we? Do you remember? You had prostitutes in your trailer. Yeah. Oh, we went the whole way. I mean, not real prostitutes.
Isn't it?
We couldn't stretch
It's
to
on
that
one of
budget.
the DVDs, isn't it? I think it's on one.
It's
of
on the DVDs.
Yes, I think it's on
the
one of
DVDs.
Is it?
Yeah, the real Adam Brown.
In my trailer, I think there's a dartboard with Orlando Bloom's face on it.
and the art department came in and did this whole drug paraphernalia that was just everywhere in his trailer. It was extraordinary.
So Adam, you'd like to bring that horrible character to life, is what you're telling us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it professionally, where I get paid,
Yeah.
rather than just a bit of fun.
Kick it up a notch. We have some fan questions ready to go. Hi there.
Hello. I want to say thank you, first of all, to come to Birmingham and so nice to see you. And I'm coming from Germany, and to see you all. And first of all, I have to say, out of context, something from Sylvester McCoy. He said with the ladies with the beard that I thought of Life of Brian with, are there any women in here? No. So my question is actually, what brought you to be an actor? What, yeah.
You want to start, Adam?
Yeah, the prostitutes.
What did you say?
I said, was it the prostitutes?
Yes, they were a big draw for Adam, yeah.
That's the horrible Adam you told me about, yes. Controversial.
I would say that for me, sort of accidentally, I would say. I mean, at school I was kind of not very good at sports, a bit of a class clown, and I found being the clown at school and making people laugh was a way of kind of being accepted and being funny, and I found being self-deprecating really useful tool, actually, and it sort of just carried on, and then I was cast in school plays, and then, you know, before you know it, you've decided to have a career as an actor, and you're still, playing the fool. So I think, for me, it was never a burning ambition to be an actor, but certainly one where I wanted to be in a room and play and be silly with people, and you know, I'm 45 and luckily I'm 46, and still playing and being silly with people. So yeah, I would say that sort of route.
I think my dad was a kind of mathematician. He was like a nuclear engineer, but it was a very stressful job. And I do remember as a really little kid seeing him come home every night, very, very stressed, and really truly deciding that I was going to pick something as a career that I would love and jump out of bed to do. But also, like Adam, I think I was quite shy and introverted in school. So when it came to the play side of things, like reading around class or taking on another character, I really thrived. I do remember an English teacher reading The Hobbit to us and doing this incredible voice of Gollum. I mean, it's the voice to do. And I went home and started imitating her doing Gollum. And that's when I think that's when I was like, oh, this would be fun. So yeah, that's where it started for me.
I like Adam, it was an accident. I had no interest in being an actor. I wanted to be a writer. That's what I used to do when I was a kid. And I used to perform comic sketches with my friend that we wrote, only because we didn't trust anybody else to perform them. No interest in the acting side. And then the drama teacher at my school asked me to be in school plays, and I always said no. And then one day he said, look, somebody's fallen ill. The show's in 3 days. It was The Rivals by Sheridan. Will you do it? And to this day, and I've told this many times in the past, I honestly don't know why I agreed. I think I probably fancied someone in the cast. That was probably it, and I agreed, and it was one performance. People laughed, they clapped, and that was it. That was enough. I was like, oh yeah, this is all right. This is nice. People liking you for what you're doing, and that's how it led to whatever. It's a strange thing.
I was working in the box office at the Roundhouse Theatre in the 60s, the swing 60s. I mean, one of my jobs as well was to be a bouncer for the Rolling Stones. That was silly. But anyway, there was another actor whose wife was assistant administrator, Brian Murphy of George and Mildred fame and Man About the House and Last of the Summer Wine. And Brian used to come in after when he wasn't working, and we just used to loon around and do silly things, you know. I'd come in and pretend to be drunk, and he'd throw me down the stairs and all that kind of stuff. And then one day this amazing director, writer, creative genius called Ken Campbell came in, and he said to Brian, "Here, Brian, I've got this mad show, some bleeper has let me down. Do you know any bleeping young mad actors, you know, who could take the place. And Brian said, well, as the guy in the box office, he's completely out of his head. So he came up to me and said, here, do you want to join our show? And I said, yes, and that was it. I became an actor. It was kind of extraordinary.
Great story. Thank you so much. Great question. Thank you. Dankeschön. Thank you. Hi there.
Hi all. After all these years, I wanted to ask, what do your characters mean to you now compared to when you first took on the role?
I can actually honestly say, after you've finished playing it and you've watched it and time has passed, like now, and we were reminiscing about this earlier, I always have that moment where I think, gosh, if I could turn back the clock and do it all again, what would I do differently? What effect has this had on me? And the answer is always, I wish I'd had more fun at the time, because particularly with this guy, I was convinced I was going to be fired and sent home, so I took it very seriously. And then as you get older, you think, don't take yourself quite so seriously, and yeah, remember to have fun.
Yeah, it's a very good question. I've never been asked that question before. I don't know, I mean, I have very fond memories of Dwalin. I think, for me, one of the abiding memories of the entire experience was the laughter. There was lots of laughter. I used to sit next to Adam in makeup every morning.
Glad you were having fun.
Yeah, we were having all the fun. Richard wasn't.
They were making a comedy documentary.
Yes, Richard was locked in his trailer, just hoping not to be fired. But yeah, I used to sit next to Adam, and Adam's a terrible gossip. I mean, absolutely outrageous gossip. No, we're both terrible. But anyway, we would sit next to each other, and I would sit next to Martin, and we would just have a great laugh every day. And some of it was, you know, uncomfortable and difficult, but I treasured every day on that job. I really did. Some days were harder than others, but an absolutely extraordinary life experience. Yeah.
Is it me? All right, okay. Yes, well, Radagast the Browning, I was absolutely delighted to play that character. And it was kind of, you know, the ecological story behind it and all that was very important, I felt. It had to be told, because it was a warning. It was a warning that was written way back in the, when was it written? In the 40s, the 50s, the 30s. And yeah, it was a warning that was still appetite for then, 13 years ago, and even more so for now. So I thought I was so privileged and delighted to be given that kind of role. And also it was lovely to have shit poured in my head every night.
You don't want to know about your private life.
I meant every morning when I came into the part.
Yeah, I'm the same really. I'm thinking back, just having. It was a huge job for me. I was a theatre actor, and then suddenly was launched into the world of movies, and we're not talking a little movie. We're talking like the movie that everyone was talking about. So it was massive for me, and I remember being similar to Graham, saying, sort of waking up and pinching myself every morning, and it was a long shoot, and saying, I am the luckiest. I am so lucky to be in this environment. And I remember sitting down in my makeup chair with my wonderful makeup artist, Kath Maguire, and I was having a bad day, but I was kind of getting myself angry because I was really down, and I was in New Zealand, and outside my trailer was just pure beautiful scenery, and I was working with incredible people, but it's just one of those days. And she was like, you know, this is a long shoot, pace yourself. You're able to not feel so happy every day. But yeah, but I would honestly say it was, and even now, I still talk about it as probably the most important years of my life, really, and I am incredibly grateful to be part of not only the movie here, but also the legacy that we hold for other people. So, you know, I don't think any of us take that for granted. So, thank you. Yeah.
Well, thank you for being part of like the best film in the room to me.
Oh, thank you,
And
darling.
it's the best, yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. We love that. Hello.
Firstly, I want to say thank you so much to all of you. These films mean a lot to me, as you can probably tell, especially the one Richard. And I was wondering, I said earlier, what do you sing with me?
Taylor Swift.
I think you know what I
Ariana.
want to sing. I think you probably.
I'll sing with you. Can we all sing?
Yes.
I wish I'd got my
You start,
songs.
and we'll join. The misty mountains cold, to dungeons deep, and caverns old, we must away ere break of day, to find our long forgotten home. Second verse.
Beautiful moment. Thank you so much. You look amazing. Thank you for being with us. Hey there.
Hello.
So if you're going to Comic-Con in cosplay, what would you go as?
Superman.
Can it be anything from any movie?
Yeah.
I think I might go as Pinhead from Hellraiser.
Whoa, good choice.
Golf tees, spray silver.
Yes. Gosh. I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't know if I could go for something that was really heavy and hot, because I've done that and don't need to do it really again.
Tarzan.
Tarzan. Okay, Tarzan. Right.
Just the loincloth there.
Just the loincloth.
I can be Cheetah.
Yeah, I used to love dressing up when I was a kid as Spider-Man and Batman. But in those days, they didn't have costumes. You couldn't go and buy costumes. So yeah, my mum made me a paper Spider-Man outfit that I wore, and I've got a photograph of me not moving in it. And Batman. It was the Adam West Batman, and I used to watch it, and my friend, my next door neighbor, my best friend, he was Robin, I was Batman, and when it finished, we would come running out of our house. We were about 5, I suppose, and I would have a tablecloth wrapped around my shoulders and a tea cozy on my head, and that was my Batman outfit, and I thought it looked great. I was like, yeah, Batman, and he looked equally ridiculous, I'm sure. But that was the only time I ever did costumes like that.
Oh,
You said
yes,
Cheetah.
well, I said Superman. The reason for that is that my Sylvester McCoy is a stage name. I'm not the real McCoy. It's, my real name is Percy James Patrick Kent Smith. But I grew up as just being called Kent. So Clark Kent was Superman, and I always thought I was Superman, and I used to get arrested when I went into telephone boxes and took my clothes off.
Maybe Marty McFly?
Yeah, nice costume to wear as well. Yeah,
Inexpensive
easy.
cosplay as well. Inexpensive cosplay
Yeah, yeah.
as well, yeah.
Very accessible.
Yeah,
Nice.
there's always at least one Marty floating around Comic-Con. Great question, that was fun, thank you. Cheers. Great question. Hi.
I have the question on my phone. Yes, please.
favourite, TV, film or theatre? And does that change if you're a participant, e.g. acting, or if you're a viewer?
Well, I like all of them. I like doing all of them. I mean, theatre, I suppose, I haven't done theatre for a very long time. I haven't been on stage for 20 years. And I would love to again. And I think that tells me that it's a part of my life as an actor that I really miss. So yes, probably theatre. In terms of watching it, I love all of them as long as they're good.
Yeah.
I know it sounds obvious, but you know, because like bad theatre, the problem with theatre is bad theatre, there's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to hide. You can hide a bad film because there is always something to look at. There's some, you know, there's like a great bit of cinematography, or how did they do that stunt, or something like that. But theatre, it's a harsh critic, you know, when you watch a play. It needs to be good. So that's all I can say about that. But TV and film and theatre, yeah, I like doing that.
There's also radio.
Of course, there's radio.
Yeah, and radio, that as well.
I mean, which is hugely enjoyable because you don't have to learn the lines, and it's
Comb your hair.
Yeah, comb your hair. Or you don't have, you can come in your pajamas and do it. Big Finish, which is a Doctor Who thing. I do a lot of those still. I'm still being the Doctor, and it's great fun. But I mean, I like you. I like them all. I mean, theatre, I think I like more because there's an audience and you get a response and you feel it when you act, and you're telling the story directly. I know, but with theatre you have to paint with a big brush. It's got to be big. It's got to get to the back of the hall. Whereas film I also enjoy doing, but that's minute, because the camera can be very close and it's like painting with one of those Japanese brushes, you know, and it's you know, just a few minutes or a few seconds even. But trying to get it right and being internal with it can be very rewarding as an actor. And yeah. I like it all, really. I'm just a show-off.
Thank you.
I love television, actually. I love piecing together a character, tiny pieces by tiny pieces. Love a long story arc, but also as an audience member, I just think there's nothing that can replace a live experience, especially nowadays when, you know, film is manipulated, film is edited, the music you listen to has been processed and produced, and when you go to see something live where something's happening in front of you, and not just theatre but like dance or physical theatre, it's kind of breathtaking because it's like human beings doing something live. I don't think that's to be replaced.
Yeah, I agree with everything. Yeah, I'm the same. I think I love being behind the camera and in front of the camera, but there's something about theatre which is just incredibly special. Seeing the white in people's eyes when you're on stage, keeping the ball in the air.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we bring the event to a close for the weekend, just letting everybody know, guests will start to make their way home shortly. If you would like any more autographs or selfies, please make your way to the guest desk right now. They will start to make their way in half an hour. Please make your way to the guest desks right now. Thank you.
Thank you, God. Someone else is playing that role now.
I never knew you were such a fan.
Sorry, Adam. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, Adam.
No, this live theatre, yeah. The mistakes, the juggling, the keeping the ball in the air. Because you know when you lose an audience, you just can tell. And people on stage are working their heart off.
People are leaving.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, it is so amazing just keeping that alive. But also when you were saying like bad TV shows, I don't remember because I turn them off. But bad theatre, I think I possibly remember bad theatre more than I remember good theatre. Like, I can tell you like the worst shows I've ever seen in my life.
Don't look at me. Why don't you look at me when you say that?
What were you looking
like, honestly, just stare me in the eye.
He's trying to